We didn't know what to expect in New Mexico, but ended up touring an Earthship.
You're probably wondering what an Earthship is.
A home that heats, cools, and waters itself, and soaking in a hot spring during a snowstorm. Winter here is full of surprises. After spending the holidays in Colorado, we headed south. On the road again. Feels like New Mexico. We didn't exactly consider that northern New Mexico is just as high of elevation as where we had come from in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Taos, New Mexico sits at 7,000 feet.
It was the middle of January and it was pretty cold, but that didn't stop us from visiting the Taos Pueblo.
This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and still is a living Native American community. We only took this one picture as we wanted to respect the people that live there.
I'm sure the people there are used to visitors. We were welcomed into one family's home and ordered some of their fry bread. We had some great conversation with them while they were cooking it.
It was really nice to warm up to, and boy was that fry bread delicious. From there, we headed to the Earthship Visitor Center.
You're probably wondering what an Earthship is. It's a passive solar, off-grid home built mostly from natural and recycled materials. You'll probably understand a little better when you see one.
It's kind of fun going into the Earthships when we helped build one.
We made some friends on the road that have started building their own Earthship. Since it's so labor intensive, a bunch of us wanted to help out. We attempted, but I admit, I don't feel like we helped at all. Pounding tires full of dirt is really hard on your back. I wanted to try, but I think I probably only got a half a tire done. Jordan did maybe 3.
The whole time I was pounding dirt into those tires, my brain was just trying to figure out a better way to do it. And I was just thinking, this is so inefficient and ridiculous. The really funny thing was, as we were pounding them, the owner of the house, who had pounded dozens and dozens of tires already, just stops, leans on his hammer and goes, "This is stupid."
Major kudos to these friends for taking on a building project like this, and we sincerely hope to see it finished one day.
Living on the road, we can really relate to being off-grid. But these homes are way more self-sustainable. They produce their own energy, water, and some food.
Maybe it's the conservationist in me, but ever since these friends introduced us to the concept of these Earthships, I've wanted to learn more. The Visitor Center building is actually a fully functioning Earthship. So as you walk through it, you learn the 6 principles of design that make these buildings as self-sufficient as they are. We went on the extended self-guided tour for $15. The tour begins at the front of the house, where wide south-facing windows soak up the sun, creating a bright space inside that doubles as a greenhouse for growing food.
Bananas, limes, cilantro, and rosemary are just a few of the things people have successfully grown in Earthships.
On the left, you'll see some bucket planters. This allows for even more growing space. If you look up, you'll see skylights at the very top. They're actually part of the home's heating and cooling system. I'll share more on how that works in just a bit.
The water from the sinks, showers, and laundry is sent to the gardens. There, it waters the plants, and any excess is pumped to the toilets for flushing.
I think this is genius. They actually recycle their water 3 times. First to water the plants, then to flush your toilet. The black water is routed through a septic tank, and then it goes out to a black water tank to help irrigate the landscaping. Here we are up on the roof. You'll see right below the solar panels is the water catchment system.
The roof is lined with a rubber that allows any rainwater or snowmelt to remain potable. It flows through the gutters and silt catchers, which today are frozen. The catchers remove large debris before flowing into buried cisterns for storage. The water is then pumped from the cisterns into the water organizing module.
This module looks very much like the water filtration system we have in our trailer. The water goes through a series of filters before reaching the faucets.
The pump also sends the filtered water to a pressure tank to provide the necessary water pressure throughout the house.
You already saw the solar panels on the roof. Earthships also use wind turbines to generate electricity.
The Earthship power organizing module looked pretty familiar, with its inverter, charge controller, battery banks, and circuit breakers. Like ours, it powers everything in the house. Earthships are made primarily from recycled materials like tires, glass bottles, and aluminum cans. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
These buildings have a curvy, almost whimsical look to them. I would describe them in two ways. Because they're buried in the ground, they almost have an ancient feel to them. But then you see the wind turbines and the solar panels on top, they almost look futuristic.
It's cool how organic the designs can be. You can really make them look however you want. The second half of the tour, we got to go on several example Earthships. This includes one that is 2 stories and was intended to function like an apartment complex.
Star Wars. It looks like Star Wars. It's so cool. Oh, wow. How cool. Wow.
For heat, the sun enters the house through the giant south-facing windows. The northern berm, interior walls, and floor absorb and store much of the sun's energy. At night, when the temperatures go down, the already warmed structure slowly releases heat back into the living space.
To keep the home cool, the windows and skylights can be opened to release hot air. At the same time, cooling tubes buried in the surrounding berm pull in fresh, cool air from the earth. Earthships are able to maintain a steady 60 degrees year-round.
The mastermind behind the Earthship design is an architect named Michael Reynolds. He is passionate about finding self-sustainable housing for all people.
Honestly, it felt like a lot of the interiors haven't been updated in decades. Some seemed mid-construction or in the middle of a remodel, while others looked unfinished. Even so, it was really interesting to get a sense of how the spaces, bedrooms, living rooms, and bathrooms could actually function. They've been working on these homes for 5 decades now, and I find it kind of a shame that they never got the momentum that I feel like they deserve. Even so, you certainly can appreciate the vision behind them.
It's pretty neat to learn that there is an Earthship in over 30 countries and in every contiguous state in the United States.
This is definitely worth the stop. Even if you're the slightest bit curious about passive homes, I think you'd really enjoy the tour. Well, that was a short-lived adventure.
About a half an hour down the road, we found a great spot we could stay the night right on the edge of the Rio Grande.
Little did we know, the next morning,
We woke up to snow.
It's a lot different today than it was yesterday.
climb down into that canyon to go to our hot springs. In this, it's gonna be crazy. Supposed to get 6 inches of snow today. Black Rock Hot Springs, here we come. Road switchbacks down the side of the canyon into the canyon with the Rio Grande River. Am I saying that right? Rio Grande? Rio Grande?
Rio Grande.
Rio Grande.
Probably Rio Grande.
Right. And there's a hot springs down in the bottom of the canyon.
I'm excited. We'll see how warm it is.
be halfway.
Hello. Certainly is pretty. Let's see what the temp is. Yeah, that's a pretty good temperature.
I think that it feels really nice. Wouldn't mind if it was a little warmer. But it's good, especially in this
Like rain,
wintry
snow.
wonderland temperature we got going on.
Right.
Right. After a nice long hot soak, we decided to keep moving. After all, we did come south to get away from the winter.
Sometimes the best adventures come from places you aren't really sure about. New Mexico in winter might not be ideal, but we do know the journey is always worth it. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you next time.